Hey guys, welcome back to Mesha's Corner. Today I'm going to be making my sweet potato collard green casserole. There's no eggs in here, however, it's super delicious and protein packed. So yeah, let's get started. So now I'm gonna season up my sweet potatoes. I'm gonna roast these off in the oven simply because I don't want them to get too mushy, by stirring it in a skillet. I don't like that type of texture, so I'm gonna put them in the oven. I'm gonna start by adding some oil to my potatoes. You could use olive oil, regular oil, whatever oil you have on hand. Some black pepper, smoked paprika. I'm using a lot of that because sweet potatoes love smoked paprika. You don't believe me? Try it. Some cumin. I didn't measure this. This is all to taste. So, start off with maybe a teaspoon or so of all your spices. That was some garlic powder. Then you're going to add some salt. You're going to stir that up and pop it in your oven at 375 or 350 for about 30 minutes or so until your potatoes are cooked through. So this is how I have the potatoes on my sheet pan with parchment paper. I'm going to put it in my oven at 350 for 30 minutes or so, just until they're cooked through, and then we're going to move on to the next step. So I have my skillet nice and hot. To this, I'm going to put some bell peppers, sweet peppers. I just randomly slice them. You can slice them however you want to. I'm also going to add some onions. You can add whatever onions you want to add, which is fine. And you're just going to saute these for about 10 minutes to get them nice and caramelized. I'm just going to add some salt and some pepper to this. And then we're going to move on to the next step. Okay guys, so now I'm going to start sauteing my collard greens. Just put them all down in there. They're definitely going to cook down, so don't worry about it. Woo, it's making noise. And we're going to cook this down until it's wilted. Then I'm going to add some garlic, salt, pepper, and then we're going to move on from there. This is what it looks like so far. This is about 6 minutes in. I added my fresh garlic, my salt, and my pepper. And I'm just going to keep sauteing this for another 5 minutes. And then we're going to move on to adding the cream and the beans and the potatoes back in. And then we're going to bake this off in the oven. Okay, so I added a little water to my collard greens and cooked it down for about 20 minutes. Now I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of heavy cream. Just a couple tablespoons. You can actually leave that out if you're not into dairy. You can add chicken stock. I didn't have that, so I'm using cream. Then I'm going to add the peppers and onions that we sauteed earlier. I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of cilantro. And then I'm going to stir this up and let it cook out for a couple minutes. So now that I have this cooked out for a couple minutes, now I'm going to add my sweet potatoes right down in here. Yum. Oh, I'm also going to add some black beans and some corn. Or you can add whatever vegetables you have on hand, but these are what I had on hand, so that's what I'm going to use. And then you're just going to stir this up, and then we're going to finish it off. As you can see, this is like super colorful and pretty. Now I'm going to add maybe a quarter cup of cheese all over the top. Just a little bit. Again, this step is optional, but just a little bit of cheese just to finish this off. You're going to pop this in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes just so everything can come together. And that'll be it. Perfect. So this is what my sweet potato collard green casserole looks like. This could be a main dish if you don't eat meat. It could also be a side dish. Serve it at the table, straight out the pot. It's pretty. It looks good. It smells good. It's delicious. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. For more recipes that don't make it to YouTube, you could definitely check out my website, www.mishascorner.com. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next time on my next video. Okay, bye.